have to screen on Teams? What are you on Teams,
There's
right?
no one on Teams.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So, sorry about that. So, Mayor Lorden and members of council, I've been asked just to come up and kind of give maybe a more detailed, not only accounting, but details on the actual activities that are going to take place during the week leading up to April 8th, where the city of Miramichi will be experiencing a total solar eclipse. And it is coming. There's nothing that's going to stop this. It's not like a baseball game or a concert or any other type of activity. It could be cloudy. It's still going to happen. It could be a storm. It's still going to happen. But our job and what we're trying to pitch to council here is that there is a budget necessary to be as prepared as possible, because there's many unknowns when it comes to certainly an outdoor event in the beginning of April in Miramichi, New Brunswick. So I'll kind of walk you through the various elements. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Brilliant Labs Innovation Fair, which will be taking place April 3rd and 4th. I'm going to be talking about the Astronomy East Conference that'll be taking place April 5th and 7th. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Newcastle Business District Music Festival, which still needs a name, but we're going to leave that as a placeholder. I'm going to talk about the drone show that's going to take place on April 6th. And then finally, I'm going to talk about the actual event viewing day, which will be on April 8th. This is just always in an inconvenient spot, isn't it? All right. So Brilliant Labs. So Brilliant Labs is a charitable organization based out of New Brunswick. And this year, they've chosen Miramichi to host an innovation fair. So this will be their 10th anniversary. Their first event that ever took place was in Miramichi, New Brunswick 10 years ago. They would love to come back. And it's really a unique educational event where it's really hands-on learning. So the students are coming in. They're coming in from all over Atlantic Canada, Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, of course, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. They're bringing their teachers with them, and these are the best of the best when it comes to science. These kids are going to get an opportunity to really put their hands on some really neat stuff and hopefully build it and then showcase it to the community during that week in some of the evening sessions where the public can come in. And just to give you a little idea how big this event is, last year in Moncton, they saw over 3,000 students go through the doors of one of the schools that hosted this. And they brought around 300 teachers with them to celebrate science, all things science in the school system. And just to give you an idea as far as impact goes, the budget that was presented to us is around almost $160,000. And that is, in our contribution to this particular event, is being requested at $20,000. And this is also, I should note, in partnership with Anglophone's North School District. So the folks at the district office here are really excited to have this, and this will really be led by Brilliant Labs and Anglophone North School District. Our contribution will be simply monetary. The next event that's coming up falls on the weekend. It's the Astronomy East. So this is a first of its kind in, again, Atlantic Canada. All kinds of conferences out there, but nothing really this niche. This is really, kind of falls in line with the fact that there's an eclipse taking place in Miramichi on the Monday, and so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they've got a great host of special guests coming in, speakers that really know their stuff when it comes to astronomy. There'll be vendors there, and there'll be also stargazing in the evening. This will take place at the Miramichi Eco Center, as will the Brilliant Labs event. Now, it's really difficult to guess attendance because we don't have pre-ticket sales or anything like that. It's going to take place the day of, but just for similar size events and scope, we're anticipating over 1,000 attendees plus the 50 participants as far as the booths and the sponsors goes. The total budget for this one is $40,000, and the requested municipal contribution is $10,000. Oh, I should note one other thing. So our partner in this kind of venture is a gentleman by the name of Stefan Picard. He is the CEO of a company called Cliff Valley Astronomy, and he is one of the few folks in the province of New Brunswick that's kind of developing a new product which he calls astrotourism. So it's a really neat way to add value to existing outdoor adventures and campgrounds and things, where you need a telescope or a set of binoculars and likely a phone, but it can add really great programming. So Stefan's doing some great stuff in that field. We're really happy to be working with him. The next one we have is the Downtown Music Festival, and again, this one is still under development. We have spoken to the downtowns. They're very interested in doing this, but I think I'm going to leave the name as a placeholder for now. Our website is kind of promoting it as a Downtown Music Festival, but we don't have all the details who the artists will be. But it'll be very similar to what we saw at the pub crawls and the River Bash. They're doing a great job promoting the food and beverage industry in downtown Newcastle, and be very numerous acts and locations throughout the district. And again, the municipal contribution will be about $10,000. One of the exciting ones that, for most of you that know me, you may know that I'm not a huge fan of fireworks. However, the drone show is kind of something that's really neat, because I think you can do so much more for it. And this is something that Dieppe did a couple of years ago, and we'd love to see it happen here in Miramichi. So again, as I like to say, it's fireworks but better. This will be coordinated by the City of Miramichi. It's a free community event. It'll take place at the Miramichi Airport, and it'll feature 150 drones flying in sync, doing things like, probably not that exact picture, but it was the closest thing I could find to something that is, spacey in nature, so the landing on the moon. Our expected attendance for this particular event, again, it's going to be community-oriented on a Saturday evening, is approximately 5,000, and the contribution to this will be 30,000 because that's the cost of renting the drones, but the other costs are kind of buried because the site that we're going to use is the one that we would actually be using for the event viewing day. Which leads me to the final event, the total eclipse viewing day on April 8th. So this, again, will be coordinated by the City of Miramichi. It's a free community event. Again, our partner with Cliff Valley, what they've been doing is they've rented a bus in Halifax. They plan on bringing people from Halifax to Miramichi for the day. The eclipse really only takes place over a 3-hour period from start to end. So they'll be coming up in the morning. He does have one bus full, and he's looking to fill the second one. And again, we'll be passing out, as I have passed out to members of council. At the gate are event viewing glasses, so these will be necessary for most of the event. There's only, I think, a couple of seconds where you can take them off during the eclipse that it's safe to actually look up at the sun, which is never recommended, but there is a safe period where you can do it. And again, we have Cliff Valley has also assisted us with designing some safety material, which he's getting translated for us, which will be also passed out at the event. And again, all this is provided that council is in favor of the budget. And the municipal contribution for this, again, is $30,000, which includes most of the site setup and possible snow removal. And the attendance, we're expecting at least 10,000, but it could be more. It's as much as we can hold on the tarmac. Now, this is a bit small for those viewing from the television and even for me standing here, but I'll try to go over it. But the total budget is $150,000. So the soft launch marketing and the traffic control falls in around $40,000. The Brilliant Labs Innovation Fair, again, I know they're requesting 20, but we have another 10 there just because there's some shared costs that we need to do as far as the setup goes. The Astronomy East Conference is a $10,000 contribution. 5,000 is for sponsorship, and 5,000 is for the special guests that are coming in for accommodations. The Downtown Music, again, was 10,000. The drone show was 30. The eclipse viewing day is 30,000 to bring us to a total of 150.